Final Fantasy XIV just had a hotfix maintenance that did address a few underlying problems, but the two biggest topics which actually do impact even me is this part that I circled here that is talking about linking Steam accounts to a Square Enix account, as well as the Aether data center is now back open for players to make new accounts or transfer to. Open the floodgates for Sprouts on Gilgamesh again, and holy crap, last time there were so many. Not gonna lie, one of the best feelings as a veteran player is just seeing the swarm of new players with the sprout icons. It actually is such a cool feeling. Let's talk about the Aether data center opening, because that is honestly awesome news. So for anyone looking to make a character on Aether, you do have this fantastic news, and this has actually happened. All Aether servers are no longer congested. They are marked now as standard, and so you can transfer characters or make new characters on the Aether servers, which is a huge deal because I know a lot of people, like in my comments, in my Discord server, even on Twitter, a lot of people have lost interest in playing 14 because they can't play with their friends, and it's an MMORPG. Who's gonna fault them? I'm certainly not going to. If I wasn't able to play with my friends, I'd be bummed. And so what I can say is, yeah, now you can transfer in and make your characters, or make your characters if you want alts, before Aether gets locked again for the third time again this year. I mean, we're 2 times in. I'm only kidding though. But really, if you don't make a character on Aether before the third lock, don't say we didn't tell you so this time, because there won't be a third lock, right? Of course there won't. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, it's probably gonna be a third lock. I don't know, but you know what? It's happened 2 times now. I'd make a character rather than speculate. Plus, who wouldn't want to play on Gilgamesh? I mean, that's where my server is. Gilgamesh is the best server, repping Gilgamesh. Every time I say that, people are so mad in my comments. No, I play it though, I love it, but Gilgamesh is my home server. I love it so much. It is such a great server. I love it so much. I love the people on it so much. It is such a good community. Out of every server that I've visited, Gilgamesh really just has this sense of community. I have so many good things to say about it. Definitely hands down recommend my server. Let's talk about the Steam account changes, and as someone impacted directly by this, I figured that more people would go through the process too, and as such I'm adding this to this video because I actually think this is going to be important. So the first thing that I noticed was when I went to boot the game, as I always do, I hit the Windows key that I put in the search bar, Final Fantasy 14 or whatever. Usually it's just final, and then I'm good. And then I opened that up, and then there was this pretty weird error greeting me instead of my normal screen, saying that there was a problem retrieving the information from Steam, prompting me to reboot it from the Steam client. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I was under the impression that opening it the way that I used to was actually from Steam and press the play button that way, but you know what, I guess not. So I actually manually opened the actual Steam client itself, went into my library, pressed the play button there on 14, and then bam, the new launcher that I have been trying to avoid forever because I'm lame and I still love the old launcher, but this new launcher just popped up and blinded me with the radiance of 1,000 suns in my almost persistent dark mode paradise. My eyes at 3 o'clock AM were just smushed like pinprick pupils. It was so bright. I'm not used to that, guys. I am so sorry. But after that, I was then prompted with a series of screens that quite simply asked me, do you have an existing account? Which obviously yes, I've been playing 14 for years, as I'm sure anyone watching this video probably is going to say yes. And then I was asked to enter my account information, which is my standard login information that I use to log into the client anyhow. I also have a 2-factor authentication authenticator app for my quote-unquote one-time password. It's never one-time password, it's every time. But then this asked me if I want to bind my Steam account to the Square Enix account, and then it worked just fine after that. So everything else just seemed the same, other than I still, as of making this video, recording this script, putting this on YouTube, have no idea how to get my old launcher back. But I did find the dark mode setting, thank God for that. But everything else really seemed the same. So the truth be told, people are gonna ask why is this gonna happen? And I am just me. I am not exactly sure. I'm not going to try and speculate and probably be wrong and make myself prove. It's that one saying, you know what, it's better to sometimes stay silent than to speak up and make yourself look a fool. I am not going to speculate on why this is. What I will say is that they did post this article talking about introducing Steam version account linking, and they're saying in this, I'm just going to basically read it verbatim because I don't want to misstep. They said, as part of ongoing efforts to further enhance account security and bolster fraud prevention measures. And so here's where I'm going to insert my own little commentary. So probably something combating bots, because heaven knows that guild sellers have been going rampant. You have been seeing the clusters of bots running around. Usually they're just like the exact same here. I remember it's been a problem for years, but like the same here, like just black mage clump just running together, just basically stacking on top of each other. It's been interesting over the years how they've stayed pretty consistent, but I'm thinking that it's probably related to that. But anyhow, bolster fraud prevention measures. We are going to implement additional account verification and login confirmation process for Final Fantasy XIV Steam version service account holders. Users can verify their account type by logging into the MOG station and selecting the service account status menu, where Steam service account holders will see a Steam notation. So I didn't have to do that, as I just went through in this video. Now to continue the reading, currently Steam version accounts can be used after Final Fantasy XIV has been launched from any instance of the Steam software. That is what I just went through, that's what I had to do. Then they said starting in early March 2022, so I guess now users who log into the Steam version service account will be prompted to perform a one-time link of their Steam account to the Square Enix account. From then on, the Square Enix account will need to match the Steam account that launches from the Final Fantasy XIV software. This change will require the Final Fantasy XIV software to be launched from the user Steam library. Additionally, once the account link has been performed, users will need to utilize the new launcher layout introduced with patch 6.0. You can tell that I recorded that last bit and that I was actually rummaging trying to find the like old launcher, so I guess we need to utilize the new launcher. Boo. Then they say, if using the original launcher layout setting in the launcher config menu, please switch to the new launcher layout. Boo. I'm joking, but no, I miss it already. And the article continues, to link accounts, the Steam account must possess a Final Fantasy XIV license that matches the one found on the target Square Enix account, Final Fantasy XIV service account, such as the free trial version or the full game version. You can verify the Final Fantasy XIV licenses on your Steam account by clicking on your Steam display name, selecting account details, then view licenses and product key activations found under store and purchase history. If your Steam account no longer has Final Fantasy XIV license, or you no longer have access to the Steam account that contains the license, please contact Steam for assistance. Okay, so with that reading out of the way, I want to say that I did a quick login check and everything went exactly as expected. A Gilgamesh queue immediately after maintenance and everything else, because of course that's how Gilgamesh is, right? And then with me rushing to check on my plants, worried that they might have died or something, because maintenance, and I suck at watering my plants, okay? Honestly, I would have so much more gil if I was just consistent about it. Anyhow, yeah, some of the plants were stinky plants, so thankfully I caught that and then I watered them all. Anyhow, that is really it, guys. This is just a super quick video on what is the heck is going on with that hotfix, as well as Aether is now open, as well as the Steam accounts have changed, and everything is working, and if nothing else, to hopefully let other Steam users and people wondering what the heck does this mean know what's up and that everything's fine and not to worry. Anyhow, take care everyone, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.